Coming forward, step, step, step. Coming back, step, step, step. And boom. Nice. Hiya, my name's Glenn Holmes. I'm the co-owner of the Box and Burn Academy, the world's #1 boxing fitness education course. I'm also the founding trainer here at Box and Burn in Los Angeles. Welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, so the triple jab, 3 jabs in a row. The jab is often talked about as the most important punch in boxing. It's a punch that often feels difficult for a lot of people because it's usually the non-dominant side, so it's a tough one to perfect and a tough one to get to the point where it feels comfortable and explosive and sharp as it should be. The jab should be the most explosive punch we've got. So in order to get there, we've got to practice it a lot. No better way to practice it and make it feel comfortable than by throwing a triple jab, because the better we can get with a triple jab, which is a really complicated advanced technique, the better your single jab's going to be. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few different ways to use the triple jab. And then I'm going to give you a drill, a real simple drill you can use to practice your footwork with the triple jab as well. So technique-wise with the jab, when we're tripling up the jab, a couple of things to think about. We want that lead elbow to follow the wrist, okay? And by that I mean, if you can see down the line of the camera right here, we're trying to avoid lifting that elbow to get power, which is a common mistake. People think they got to lift that elbow and throw it into the jab. The more we lift that elbow, it's easier to see that jab come in. It's easier to defend against. The jab should just be shot straight down that line. And the way we're going to do that is just let that elbow go forward, and we're going to turn the wrist over at the last minute, right? So we're just going to kind of shoot the jab out, boom, and turn the wrist over at the last minute. And the speed you deliver the punch, it comes right back. So if we triple that up, we don't want to be going out here like that and leaving the hand away from the face for 3 punches. We want to be getting it back after every single jab. Now, just a quick note on that, you'll see some boxers, the likes of Tyson Fury, for example, who kind of stay out of range and just kind of flick that jab out like that all the time. But that's Tyson Fury. He's the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. We're not trying to replicate that overnight. That's something that's been practiced and versed over years. What we're trying to do here is coach good fundamentals where the hands are coming back to the chin and we're throwing that jab 3 times by recoiling every single time as well to get good solid jabs in 3 times in a row, okay? We can practice that fancy stuff and techniques later on as we get comfortable with this stuff, but for now we're working on fully extending the arm, protracting the shoulder, getting as long as possible without leaning and bringing it all the way back to the chin. So for the triple jab, the most basic version with the feet set, we're fully extending back, fully extending back, fully extending back, slight hip turn as well, and keeping the weight centered in the feet. Keeping the weight centered in the legs with the jab is crucial. A lot of questions that come in about the jab is, should I be pivoting the foot? Should I be turning the hips and core into it? If we're trying to throw a power jab, maybe, yeah, we can throw a little bit more body into it. But think of the purpose of the jab in boxing. It's there to set up the power punches. It's there to find the range. So if that's the purpose, as soon as that jab's landed, I need to be on balance right here in both legs and perfectly in position to do anything. I need to be able to slip inside. I need to be able to take a step back. I need to be able to follow it up with another punch from both sides. I need to be able to follow it with my backhand. I need to be able to follow it with a body shot, boom, or a hook, or a roll. And I can't do any of that if I shift too much weight forward or I lean back too much. I need to be able to be here and centered to move my feet, to move my head, to throw the punches from either side, okay? So bear that in mind. Anytime you throw your jab, you want to be centered in the legs and on balance and ready to do anything, okay? So that's number 1. Fully extending and bringing the hand back to the chin is number 2. And just concentrate on keeping that elbow in along that same line that you deliver the punch as well for the technique, okay? All right, so there's your basics on the jab and then when we're tripling it up, okay? Before I get to the simple drill I'm going to show you, and we're going to bring the footwork into it, but before I get to that, I just want to remind you, jab the subscribe button, and that way you'll get notified on all the videos that get posted on my channel. If you have any questions about this drill or the jab, the triple jab, leave them in the comments below. Hit like on this, share it with your friends, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback as well. All right, so now we're going to bring the feet into it. Anytime you're tripling up the jab, it is good to bring the footwork into it because it gives you a little bit of momentum and a little bit more snap to your punches. So what you're going to need for this drill is just a piece of tape, all right? So I'm going to pull out a piece of tape right here. I'm going to create a nice line on the ground. It can be 3, 4 feet long, doesn't have to be super long. So once you've got your line on the ground, right, what we're going to do is we're going to put our back foot on one side of the line and our front foot on the other side of the line. Now from here, we can use this as a guide for the feet every time we throw the triple jab. What I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the triple jab going forwards, I'm going to demonstrate the triple jab going backwards, and then I'm going to demonstrate the triple jab going to power side and front side as well. Okay, so we're changing the angles on those second two. So let's start by demonstrating how we use the triple jab to go forward and close the distance on an opponent. Okay, so front foot, front hand. So for orthodox boxers, left foot, left hand. For southpaw boxers like me, right foot, right hand, obviously. So we're keeping the back hand up by the chin, and we're just going to step. Think about pushing through the back foot. Step, 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 right? Now when I've landed after that third jab, my feet should still be kind of either side of that line. That line is just a guide for your jab as well. It's a guide for your feet to stay on balance, but it's also, if you think about throwing your jab straight down that line, it's going to help you keep nice and straight and help you throw that straight, accurate jab right down the pipe. So here, hands up, front foot, front hand, jab, 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 okay? And making sure we're turning that wrist over and making sure we're stepping. The front foot lands as the jab lands. So it's step, back foot comes up as the hand comes in, step, back foot comes up as the hand comes in, step, back foot comes up as the hand comes in. So if we speed that up a little bit, we put a bit more snap to it, boom, boom, boom. Short little steps, back out with the back foot. Jab, jab, jab. Nice and explosive in the feet. So there's how you can use the line to practice to drill the triple jab going forward. All right, so now we're gonna get a little bit more complicated. Now we're gonna practice it as a defensive technique. So if we had an opponent coming towards us, and we're trying to keep them at arm's length, and they're coming at us pretty quick, we can use that triple jab to move back and create space and keep our opponent at arm's length. So to do this, we're going to use the back foot first, right? Correct boxing footwork, back foot always first going back. So as I throw the jab, I'm going to use my left foot, front hand. So back foot, front hand, step back and throw the jab. As the jab comes in, front foot comes in, and then we repeat. Back foot, step back with the jab, bring the back foot in, front foot in, step back with the back foot and throw the jab. As the hand comes back, front comes back in, right back to where we started, okay? So we put a bit of speed on that, back foot, front hand, and picture an opponent coming at you, drive the jab right down the line, step, 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 there. Now a common mistake you'll see with this is dragging that front foot, getting lazy on that front foot. So it's there, we'll hear that sound. Something we want to avoid. We want to stay on the balls of the feet and pick those feet up so we're unbalanced and solid, okay? So jab, 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 and it's tiny little steps right along the line. Jab, 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 and keeping that chin down, weight on that back foot, okay? So here, boom, boom, boom. I can feel my right quad kind of nice and solid right there. So that's how we can use the line to practice that triple jab going back as a defensive move. So just a recap so far, triple jab coming forward for an offense, closing the distance, pushing an opponent back. Triple jab going backwards for defense, keeping your opponent at arm's length, okay? So that's just forward and back along a straight line. Third one, we're gonna work on going to our non-dominant side, our front side, okay? So now this is kind of a little bit more advanced because we're starting to think about angles. But again, we can use the line to drill this. So we start again in the same position. I'm gonna circle off to my right side with that triple jab. Now when I circle off, the position I wanna land in, circle, 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 and I wanna be facing that line in my boxing stance. I'm facing directly over that line where I'll be able to throw punches, okay? So we're starting along the line and we're gonna finish after the triple jab facing the line, okay? So again, front hand, front foot, and I'm just gonna kind of pivot and angle my body as I throw it. So I'm 1, 2, and 3 right there. And you kind of see I'm just kind of circling out. If there was a clock face on the ground, I'd be coming from about 6 o'clock, getting myself out to about 3 o'clock, okay? So I'm back in again. And it's just tiny little steps and just kind of pivoting that back foot and swiveling that front foot as I step too. So jab, 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 there, and I'm back in, all right? The key with this, as soon as you finish that third jab, just check yourself, make sure you're on balance. Jab, 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 there. Now, if there was an opponent in front of me right here, my whole goal and purpose with this is to get around the side of them so they're kind of facing off to an angle, they're off balance, but I'm in perfect position to land body shots and shots to the side as well. So it's a good one for creating an angle, all right? So that's how we're gonna use that triple jab, moving to your front side, okay? And you can use that line to help you guide where you're going and where you should be. The last one, we're gonna complicate it even more. This is probably the hardest one to pull off, because again, we're going contralateral, which means front hand, back foot. So we're opposite sides of the body. So this time I'm gonna try and get to my power side. So this time I'm gonna step, 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 left foot with the jab. And again, I just wanna be facing right across that line. Same exact thing as the last drill, except we're just going to the opposite side. So I'm gonna start with the left foot, boom, throw the jab, and then I do it again, throw the jab, the front foot comes back a little bit, and then I throw the jab again, and I'm right in line with that line on the ground. So 1, 2, 3. And it's just a step, step, step with each jab. So we're stepping and punching at the same time. Left foot, left foot, left foot, there. Now just focus on the shoulder and the hand for a minute. We're fully extending, we're starting down the line, and then we're punching off, 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 right? Now we're in a position, we're on the side of our opponent to land more power punches, okay? So there's 4 ways you can use the triple jab. Quick recap: coming forward, step, step, step. Coming back, step, step, step. Going to your front side, step, step, step. We face the line. Going to your power side, step, step, step. Using your back foot, all right? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about the jab in general, or this triple jab, or this drill to practice it, leave them in the comments below. I'll answer the questions. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to jab the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.